Hello, everybody. Welcome. I have the privilege of talking to Joel Viera today with Western States Roofing. How you doing, Joel?
Doing great today, John. Thanks for having us.
So, Joel, you're with Western States Roofing Contractors Association, and you're absolutely the voice of the West Coast. There's no doubt about it. I don't think there's anybody in the industry that doesn't know about your organization. Highly respected with the technical expertise that you're putting out there. I know over the years, I've been in the industry 45 years. You guys have done some great studies and some great work and really benefited, your association's benefited the entire industry. So, jumping into that, I'd like to, give you a chance to talk a little bit more about your organization. So I'm going to turn the mic over to you, Joel, and then tell us a little bit about yourselves out there.
Well, thanks so much, John. And we appreciate the high praise on our technical work. We have made a change in the last couple of years. We now have Ken Klein from Simpson, Gumpert, and Hager as our technical advisor for the association. He provides our members with 8 technical bulletins per year. Not to mention, he speaks at our expo every year as one of our headlining speakers at the trade show. So he's done a great job, and we've transitioned really well into the new Ken Klein era for technical documents for Western States. As you know very well, Trent Cotney and Cotney Attorneys and Consultants are our legal representation here at the association. They provide our members with 15 minutes of free consultation, bulletins, videos, safety webinars. They're kind of a one-stop shop for our members as far as everything legal and safety. And one thing that we've really focused on this year being that, the pandemic has kind of taken hold and large gatherings have not really been cleared just yet. We're getting really close, but we've really made a focus on doing more webinars. We try to do 2 or 3 a month. Since mid 2020, I think we've got almost 55 webinars that we've recorded. And for our members, those are free on demand on WSRCA.com. And if you're a member, they're $100, or a non-member, it's $100. So I recommend just becoming a member and saving a little bit of money, and you'll have access to all of those webinars as well. We've got some other exciting things going on as well. We've got a new committee, the Young Roofing Professionals, that have started to do a podcast called The Roof Deck. And that is Jackson Johns out in New Mexico, Shane Wakerling in Oakland. Those are 2 roofing contractors, younger roofing contractors. And then Rachel Garcia from Malarkey Roofing Products. They're the hosts. We've got 1 episode already recorded, and Data Forma is our sponsor for that. If you head to WSRCA.com, that's the acronym for Western States Roofing Contractors Association, you can check that out. The first podcast is a little bit long. It's an hour and a half, but it's really entertaining. It's funny. I think they did a really, really good job with that.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's actually really good stuff. And then just an announcement you'll probably have heard in the last few days, but we found a new home for the Western Roofing Expo for 2021. We were briefly slated to be at the Rio in Las Vegas, and some really good circumstances fell into our lap, and we were able to move that back to the Strip at the Mirage. So it'll be our first time at the Mirage. It's an MGM property, and we're really excited to give them a try.
Vegas is always a great place to have a convention.
Vegas is a great place to have conventions. As of right now, they're at 50% capacity, so they're just kind of opening up. California, which is a pretty conservative state as far as COVID goes, has recently declared that we'll be opening everything up on June 15th.
Oh, wow. Good.
No tiers anymore. So we're really, really close, everybody. And we really are excited to have you come out to the Western Roofing Expo. That'll be September 21 through 23. Again, that'll be at the Mirage on the Las Vegas Strip. The 21st is a Tuesday. We'll have our Davis Memorial Foundation scholarship fundraising events, which is a golf tournament, which will be at Bears Best, Jack Nicklaus course. That'll be our first time there as well. Our shooting tournament, the Sporting Clays, will be at the wonderful Pro Gun Club, which is a state-of-the-art facility out in Vegas. And as always, we'll have our lively auction that will take place on Tuesday the 21st. Drinks, food, live auction. It's a great way to kick off the expo. So we're really excited about that. And we just received all of our scholarship applications this year. We're going to try to do 10 for $5,000. That's a really good thing there. I don't know if you're familiar with the Davis Foundation, but what we do is we have fundraising events and ask people to name their scholarships, and we try to give out 10 a year depending on the year. Last year we were only able to give out 5 because we had no events, but we give out $5,000 scholarships every year to folks in our industry. And we've given out about $600,000 since our inception. So we're really doing great things. If you haven't heard of us, or if you come out to the expo, we ask you to consider coming out a little early and support us by either playing in one of the golf or sporting clays tournaments, or sponsoring an event, or donating a prize to our auction, or even just bidding on an item. That all really helps the cause. So again, that's going to be a great first day of the expo, and we're really excited to have people in person.
Yeah, for sure.
Be able to connect people in the industry again.
Couple of questions, if I may jump back. What you said about becoming a member in that. So in Western states, what states or what areas do you represent as your base of your organization? For everybody out there.
We represent the 15 westernmost states in the United States, basically Texas up, all the way over to Alaska and Hawaii. So we represent 15 states. We do not limit it to that. That's just kind of our territory. Mm-hmm. But if you're a member in Oklahoma or anywhere east of Texas, we'd be happy to provide our benefits to you as well. We just we don't want to step on the toes of our fellow affiliates, so we don't really promote in those areas. But
sure,
if anyone was interested in becoming a member, you head to WSRCA.com. You can see that for every $1 spent, we've had some surveys with our members. You get about $46 in return on your investment. So highly recommend. We have a robust offering of services, from technical to legal to safety. Like I mentioned earlier, our webinars, we've got legislative updates from Craig Breidup. We've got business webinars. We've got Ryan Groth and Greg Hain, and some really great people out there helping our members, helping our association grow. And if you take the time to take a spin through WSRCA.com, you will really see all the work that we do. Not only from an expo standpoint and the Davis Memorial Foundation, where we're giving money back to the industry, but like I said, we're always trying to try out new things. We've got podcasts now, webinars, really working on continuing to push our agenda and push the education to our members. And at only $595 a year, it's a real bargain to become a member.
Bargain.
It's a real bargain. That's what our contractors pay. If you sign up around the same time as our expo, we even give it 20% off. So if you want to be strategic about it, of course, I'd like you to join now. But if you want to be strategic about it, when you register for the expo, you can save 20% off on your membership dues there as well.
There you go.
Really
Everybody listening to this today, go out there and check it out, because the fee alone is pays for itself in the technical expertise in the areas. Because by having so many representations of 15 Western states, I believe you said, you're covering so many different climates. So when you're studying these different areas of roofing, you're pretty much covering most of the climates in the USA and what you're doing and the other things you work on. One other thing to touch on, you talked about the webinars and that, and boy, the pandemic sure has been a time for all of us to get more and more digital and Zoom. But I'm hearing from some people that it seems the trend, they believe, the webinars are great to continue after, we get back in person. We still want to go to the conventions. We want to actually see people and be able to interact as humans, which is always fun. But I think these webinars, do you see that too continue on? They're easier for members to gain access and learn, in conjunction with live events. How do you see that moving?
Yeah, I do agree. I believe that the webinars are here to stay. It's a great way if you want any information, and video is always more appealing than reading, or at least for some. It's an easier way to learn. We do hear from some of our members that there's some Zoom and GoToMeeting fatigue, and that's right. We've been kind of inundated with that over the last year when we weren't really quite ready for that and used to that. But I think everyone's ready to meet in person, but I think a hybrid of the two is probably the way to go as we move forward. Some folks, it's hard to get out of the office, or, they don't, they just want to share it within their office or to someone on their crew. And, you don't necessarily want to have to take them off the job site and send them somewhere to learn, where you could just, knock an hour out in front of your computer, at work or after hours at home. So yeah, I believe the way to go forward is a hybrid model of some sorts, because we're going to continue to keep offering our webinars to those that are interested. And we believe that there's definitely some value in doing both. We've always been a very in-person oriented group. So it was, it was challenging for us to kind of get that going. But we feel that there's a lot of value. We had a webinar last week alone with like 56 attendees on it. So there's definitely our audience is definitely thirsty for education, and we're
Sure, and plus you get the advantage. So, what I like about how we offer them is I can register. I'm a member, I'm registering. I know I'm going to be busy that day. I've got this job I got to get to. I get to see the replay. So that's where the advantage comes in. So I get to be able to look at it later. So I think you're right. A combination of both is the way to go. And I think we're going to see more of it. But let's jump into that live event that we got coming up. We're all looking forward to your convention. So I know I'm coming out to speak. So is Trent. We're really looking forward to getting out there. And we may have to put a screen in front of us to speak because we haven't spoke live for over a year, right? So you got to, be behind a screen to make it look good. So be different, but we're really looking forward to it. So what do you, anything special? We talked about kind of basics because it's the first one back. What do you think as far as any, you think they'll be able to still have like hospitalities? You think Vegas will be open enough for that? It seems to be moving that way.
Yeah, it's definitely trending in that direction. I don't want to give any guarantees of any sort, but I do believe that there will be. And one of the great advantages to us moving to the Mirage this year is we are able to we have much more space. The trade show floor is bigger. All of our meeting space, our luncheons, everything will be in a larger setting, which in turn we will be able to not only socially distance and keep people at a safe, arm's length distance, but we'll also be able to bring in more attendees at the same time. It's a pretty rare opportunity to have the opportunity to, to socially distance and pack them in simultaneously. So that's one thing you'll see. It's a little bit different. We have 24 seminars. And as you said, John, you're one of our speakers. History of roofing is your topic, if I remember correctly.
Looking forward to doing that. Should be exciting.
Yeah. And I've seen on LinkedIn, I've seen Trent's collection. It's pretty impressive. So you guys have.
I'd say Trent and I together. I think we feel confident we have one of the better, more extensive collections in the roofing. Not that there's a high market for it, but we definitely have a lot of stuff. I have family stuff going back 3 generations, and both Trent and I have items that go back into the 1800s. So
that's wonderful.
It's amazing. Got to preserve our history.
It's like the Cooperstown of roofing right there, and right there in Tampa.
Should be exciting. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to get out live. It's
right.
Great.
Right. We've got some technical webinar or seminars. We've got legal. We've got safety. We've got the National Women in Roofing having their panel. We'll have a young roofing professionals panel. It'll be a pretty wide array of seminars. We always try to offer the best we can out there. And we'll have the roofing games. We'll finish off our show with the roofing games, which is a shingling competition between.
That's always exciting.
It's a great way to end the show.
Yep.
We'll have 2 keynote luncheons. Craig Brydup is one. The other, we typically have a comedian. We have one under contract with our previous date, so I'm not 100% sure he's going to be at the show this year, but I'm really hoping Ian Bagg, who's our stand-up comedian, is our other keynote. And like I said, the auction, we've got some great events ready to roll.
Are the auction, are you going to be anybody that can't come or are unable to come, they able to join the auction online as well?
Yeah, all the silent items will be on an app that we will be pushing the information for. So we typically have 50 to 70 items at our auction. And just because of time, we usually take like the 15 to 18 most valuable items, and we'll do those live. A couple of former Western States presidents and now Davis Memorial Foundation trustees, Mr. Chuck Chapman and Bill Bailey are the MCs and auctioneers for the event. And it's really, really a great time. It's lots of fun. Again, all the proceeds go to our scholarship foundation. And that really is a great night and a great event. It kicks off the show. Tickets are $35 if you're a member of Western States. And then once you get in, it's all you can eat and all you can drink. So it's that's usually about 2 drinks in Vegas. So you'll be covered for the night.
Yeah, and food Vegas is a great is never. you go back 20 years, you would never have thought, or even longer, that Vegas was going to develop into that food culture that it has. I mean,
Right.
the food in Vegas is just amazing. It's everything you'd ever want. One other thing to touch on before we go, in addition to your leadership, as executive director and, with your executive committee, and I know Lee Viera as the president, I got to say, you guys have done a fantastic job coming through COVID. For a lot of people out there, the 15 states that you cover, a few of them are probably were the hardest hit with, shutdowns and the different things going on. So, you did tell our listeners a little bit how, behind the scenes, just how you guys were able to deal with all that, because you did a great job.
Yeah, it was, we were really forced to be nimble and adjust on the fly because, for 2020, at least, I think everyone went into COVID thinking, oh yeah, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, we're going to get through this. And then, just kept getting worse and worse.
A year later, here we are.
Yeah, a year later, here we are. And like I said, we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is wonderful. But, a big part of the association is our expo. And, we shut down in mid-March of 2020 with a expo on the books for June of 2020. And much of it had already been planned and paid for. And, we kind of sat and waited and weren't sure if we were going to have it. And we had some issues, with contractual obligations and trying to get, really a firm setting of what the year was going to look like. And it was curveball after curveball after curveball. So last year we pivoted to a virtual expo, which at least in the roofing industry hadn't really been done before. We were the first, if not one of the first. I think IBEC did one maybe a week before ours. So the planning, we had no idea of what would look great, what would work, what wouldn't work. And the team here at Western States, the staff, the board of directors, the executive committee, Leo, we really worked together and tried to envision what we wanted it to look like and look like and serve. We had 40 webinars that we did, which was in hindsight probably too many for us to actually put on. It was great for those who are looking for education, but just from a staff point of view, it was really daunting, a lot of work. But at the end of the day, it was very valuable exercise for us. We had a trade show floor, we had a silent auction, we had 40 webinars, so we were able to provide that education. We were able to provide some sort of a bridge between contractors and manufacturers, and at the same time able to raise some money to give some scholarships out. So at the end of the day, we were really pleased with the way it went. That said, we were like, okay, we're done with this. Let's never have to do that one again. I miss all the work that we put into the in-person expo is a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but we have a very veteran staff here. I've been here 20 years. Sophia and Chris have been here 19 years. Alec has been here 6 years, and we've got one new employee, Sam, who's been here a little over a year now. But, between Chris, Sophia, and I, we have almost 60 years combined experience. So we really know how to do an in-person show, and kind of getting out of that and going virtual where everything was new to us was definitely challenging. But again, we were proud of the way that we were able to accomplish it. And, we've taken some of those wins and we've put them into everyday 365 days a year benefits for our members. So it was a good learning experience for us, and we were able to kind of pivot and turn that into a member benefit year round. But that said, we're really looking forward to a show this year, just not only because we miss seeing our friends, and it's a big driver for the association. Without the show, the Davis Foundation suffers. Without the show, we don't get as many members. Without the show, our members don't get their benefits as they would normally. So we're really, really looking forward to having that show this year, especially at a new venue, an exciting new venue, a really nice property like the Mirage. And I think we may, with from what we're hearing, it seems like contractors are really, really ready to get out and ready to go in Vegas and enjoy it a little bit, treat it like a little bit of their first trip or their first vacation, and seeing their old friends that they haven't seen in, 14, 15, by then, maybe 16, 17 months. So we're really, really, really feeling very blessed to be able to have this opportunity, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And and you brought, just to sum it up, you guys were really pioneering getting that first digital show out there. There wasn't much prior to go off of, and you guys did a great job with it. You came through for your members extremely well through the pandemic, and kept them all informed, and kept on plugging, which was tough. So
Thanks,
I
Josh.
got to agree with you. Looking forward to being out in Vegas. Hopefully everybody that's listening here, and thousands more, get a chance to come out and see us all there. Should be a great show. Looking forward to it. Joel, any closing words you have for the group?
No, I just
Okay.
just want to, I want to invite all the viewers to visit WSRCA.com. That's the acronym for Western States Roofing Contractors Association. Whether you're interested in membership, the expo, donating to the foundation, or just seeing what our technical offerings are, you could basically check out all of our technical, all of our legal. We've got everything easy to find on our website. If you find something of interest and you click it, we've got a little teaser on there for you. And then if you wanted any more information, you'd have to log in, and you're more than welcome to become a member. We ask that you all join. Like I said before, and John and I both talked, compared to many other associations, $595 a month is less than $50 a month for your membership.
Great bargain.
And it's just being able to have Ken, Klein, and Trent at your fingertips if you have an issue at your office, where you feel like you really need some good advice. It's free for our members. We put out articles all the time. Our technical committees, we got waterproofing, industry issues, low slope, steep slope. We've got safety. We've got the young roofing professionals. We've even got a manufacturers panel that helps us with the show. We're very, very much looking to always be at the forefront with information and educate our members and the industry at large. So if you're interested in joining, or if you're already a member and you want to become part of the volunteer team, don't be afraid to reach out to us, and head to WSRCA.com, and you can find everything you're looking for right there. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And as we'll close this up, we'll see you in Vegas.
We'll see you in Vegas in September, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.